Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in and checking out my channel. This is my beautiful wife Tammy. She's the one who puts up with me. I've been blessed. She's not a big trapping fan, but I mean when I'm bringing home skunks and stinky coyotes and stuff like that, but she puts up with a bunch of crap for me. So hats off to her. A lot of you have said prayers for her, and a couple of you have asked what's wrong with my wife, but nothing's wrong with her. Spiritually, she's sound. But she has secondary progressive MS and a ton of complications that come with it, and just sometimes things get a little rough, and she just wanted to say thank you to everybody.
I truly do thank you all. I'm so touched that you would even think of me. Thank you so much. You are the greatest, and I love my husband.
There we go, touching moment. All right, enough with the mushy stuff. Let's get on to some traps. Now she's pretty cool, and we really appreciate all the thoughts and prayers. So, yes. Just coming up in this episode, I didn't catch a whole lot of stuff, but I got a few catches, and we're gonna do a little set construction. Somebody had asked me to show my trapping basket. Well, it's a thing I made out of an Army Alice pack. Had some technical issues with my camera, and I'm going to get that in the next video, I hope. So let's go out on the line and check some traps. This is the morning. I just posted a video actually earlier this morning. Sun come up, so I come out checking traps. This set right here has been messed with. Trap flipped over probably at least 3 times, probably 3 times I think. And a lot of times when you get something that's digging and flipping traps and stuff, it's one of them critters right there, raccoon. This set right here, it's basically what you call either a projection set or just a urine post set. I caught a possum in that earlier this year, so. And then some nice guy on private property left me a deposit over here. Very nice. At least bury your stuff. I mean, good night. Come on, man. All right, I'm gonna get this raccoon up out of here. It's tangled up on a drag, and remake this set. The red fox population must be coming back around here, because I'm not catching many coyotes, but I have got my 4th red fox of the year, and pretty darn cool. Got it actually in a pipe dream set. This is the one I videoed. This is the pipe dream set that I made on video, and there's a second pipe dream set nice looking red, big red, really dark. That's an older red there. I have the compass set that I showed right here, hasn't been messed with, and I got a pipe dream set right there. That's the one that has top dog in it. And this one had Predator Bait Plus. So really nice looking red fox. Looks really nice, way nicer than the first few I caught. So this is really cool. Gonna get this guy dispatched and remake this set. I actually just baited this. I rebaited last Sunday. Today is Wednesday. And I put my traps, they were actually freezing down, so I put them in wax dirt in front of the pipe. So whatever I did worked out, so cool. I got a nice catch circle here, no critter, and it was with MB550. Now this could be a side effect of my light pan tension. I got very little fur here that I can see whatsoever. So this set's already caught a raccoon, but oh well. I mean, definitely had something here. And one thing, just a little bit of information, if you ever come to a set and there's no cat circle, your trap's fired, and it's just pulled straight out from the bed and just laying there, I would bet 99% of the time that was a deer stepping in it. Deer will investigate these sets all the time, and I've had numerous times where I saw deer tracks, stepping in the trap, they just pull it straight and pull their hoof out. So that's just something that happened. But if I got burnt by my light pan tension, oh well. Well, my second catch for the day, a raccoon. Believe it or not, this is my first raccoon in a dog-proof trap. That's something else. Not sure if I'm gonna harvest. It ain't too bad of a size. Fat little sucker. So he might stretch out to be a 2X. So I'm gonna harvest this guy, I guess, and I'd reset my trap, but I didn't bring any extra bait. I might just reset it. Hopefully, I caught this on marshmallows, and I had one over here with like a fish, like sardine and stuff in it. It wasn't touched, but I guess I like the marshmallows better than the fish. Okay, so I haven't caught anything for a few days, and somebody actually requested I show putting in more sets, so I'm gonna just show what I do. This is a typical thing I do. It's a lot of repetition for me. I usually put in a flat set and a dirt hole set. My location, this is a cut hay field over here. I mean, from my truck right there, I'm probably 50, 60 yards from my truck. But even looking up from my truck, this tuft of grass just stuck out to me compared to even all the other, there's tufts of grass everywhere here, but it's a cut hay field. And there's old goldenrod, like a CR, whatever you want to call it, CRP field right here. So there's an edge here. Good place for canines to work down along. So I'm gonna punch probably a flat set right here, and I'll throw a dirt hole up along here somewhere. Bed them. I'll bed both my traps first, get my holes poked, then switch over, and then I'll lure and bait. So I'm gonna get working on this flat set right now. Now right in here is like a natural little pocket. It's right here. So I'm gonna poke a couple tiny holes in here. With my stake driver. Just a little bit different angles here. One right there. One there. Now I'm probably 8 inches back from those holes. In certain soils, the cookie cutter works nice. This is actually a little bit rocky here, so I'll be putting some waxed dirt here. I'll never get enough dirt here to do this. Plus, it's getting late November. Things will start freezing up here eventually. Drive my stake in. This trap, it was boiled and waxed last year. Set that earth anchor, box hollow. I sort of reverted back to the underalls. Especially with the wax dirt. This is the best part about having a lot of wax dirt. You can use it.
Get my chain buried down deep. Get my trap fairly bedded. Set my night latch in. Cover it back up with some more wax dirt. I always just start pulling some of these leftover weed and stuff in. Very easy to blend the sets in, make them disappear, especially with that cookie cutter. Those are real small. I'm going to sift just a tiny bit of the natural dirt there, make it a little bit darker than that. Pair of scissors. Cut some of the natural grass up in little clumps here. Can barely tell anything's going on there, really. All right, that set's about done, all except for getting some lures down in those holes. Now I'm gonna move up here somewhere. Pick another tuft of grass. That looks good, right? This spot just stuck out to me just now looking at it. There's a little open spot right here. I can bed my trap, and I'll just punch a dirt hole up under here. This is my homemade dirt hole punch. Really deep hole, deep as you can get it. I'm not going to be real visual on these sets. If something travels down along here, they're going to smell it. Get my cookie cutter again. Need to get some of my dirt out of here. That nice open spot for my trap to bed in. Nice strap bed. I know nothing's pulling that stake out. Underroll again. Deep spot for the chain. A little bit of wax dirt in the bottom. Got a little too much wax dirt in there this time. The one thing I don't skimp on is bedding the trap. If it doesn't bed right, I'll pull it out and do it again, obviously, like I'm doing right now. There we go. That'll be a lot better. Set my night latch now. Yeah, if you watch my video making wax dirt, doing that in the middle of summer in the blazing heat and stuff, and that's not much fun really, but I'm glad I got it now. Find the pan here. No movement. Sprinkle a little extra wax dirt on there. I'm going to cover it up with a little bit of the natural dirt. Just a little. That's it. Now this one I'll blend a little bit here. Good enough. Now, time for bait and lure. Lure bucket. I'm gonna put some of that mouse bait down here that I made. Sort of like that stuff. Tiny bit of sheep's wool. I guess it hasn't been working too great, but I don't know. Trying anything. I've used a little bit of sheep's wool when I use this mouse bait, and I'm putting a couple more drops of that mouse oil on there. That stuff right there from Predator Control Group. Clinton Locklear stuff. Chunk of the mouse bait. I'll be liberal with that stuff. Way down that hole. I still have another jar of this, and I got more things I can make bait out of. And I'm just going to stick a little bit of, I haven't used much of this year. I'm just going to add a little wee bit of that to the rim of that hole. This Terminator bait. Just a little wee bit, quarter teaspoon or so. Just to see what happens, really. And I'm going to put a little bit of Minnesota red gland lure on there, on that backing. Little shot boxer. I'm going to put this over here on the side, on this other tuft of grass. This would have made a good set location too as well, but a little bit of boxer in there. Now I'm going to move to the flat set. Got my 2 holes again. A little bit of sheep's wool in each hole just to start with again. It's almost like the compass set, but just only with 2 holes and a backing to force them around to one side here. And I'm going to put a little bit of Violator 7 down one hole. How much? Like a pretty decent gulp, I guess. Let's see. Put a little canine force down the other one. There's a perfect little pocket going right back into there for them to want to stick their nose into, hopefully. And a place to put their foot right in my trap pan in the front. Be back here to pick up my 2 coyotes tomorrow. So that's about it. Quick overview again here. We got a flat set right here, 2 tiny holes, and then I actually have a pretty inconspicuous dirt hole right there with a really deep hole, mouse bait in it. So all right, that's my typical setup. I mean, I do different things. I do cubby sets and stuff, but typically in a farm field like this, banging 2 sets as quick as I can. All right, thanks for watching. All right, hope you enjoyed the time out in the line, and I'm gonna have another video coming up, hopefully pretty quickly. I'm gonna do just a catch and a remake video. One thing I want to tell you, give you a tip: if you don't do a ton of fur handling, you don't handle red fox a lot, like myself. I mean, I do a decent amount of fur handling, but I don't handle red fox a lot. They are paper thin and very, very fragile. The last red fox I just caught on the video is definitely the nicest one I've caught this year. It's got really thick fur, really nice and dark. I get him brushed out, he'll even look better. But when I was turning him, and I only left him set for not even 24 hours. If the next red I get up, I'll probably turn it within 5 or 6 hours. When I was turning it, I don't know if you'll get it, see the stitches I put in them. It ripped. Fortunately, not up the back. It pretty much ripped up the inside leg, up through the belly here. And I'm hoping that FHA, I'm going to probably send my furs to Fur Harvester's auction. Hopefully they do a better job with reds. This is one of the nicest reds I've caught, really. But the reds are paper thin, and I'm not going to let them set near as long before I turn them. So, but I was able to re-moisten the pelt to where I could stitch it back together anyway. So I got it stitched back together pretty good. Maybe I should have been a plastic surgeon. So all right. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll catch you next time.